Hello there and welcome once again to Wrestling Showdown Rewind, here of course on the W3L network. Thank you as ever for joining me here this week. Thank you for having hit that subscribe button, because of course, as you know, and you should know by now, as you're guaranteed to be notified whenever we put anything up here on the W3L network. It's not always just Wrestling Showdown Rewind, we give you other stuff as well. Go check out the archives, there's playlists of everything. Go have a look, you can watch it. There's so much content we've given you for absolutely free. It'll keep you going until we're back up and running live, which hopefully can be later in the year. These are the dates we currently have penciled in. They were of course scheduled for last year. They've had to be rescheduled once or twice since. They may end up being rescheduled again, but all original tickets will remain valid. So if you did buy some last year, keep hold of them. We'll get to you as soon as we can, but as soon as we know, you'll know as to exactly where and when we are going to be in action, live and in person. When we do return to live action, we'll have Crafty Connoisseur returning as our live event sponsor, so show them some support. Check out the website, make a purchase and tell them that we said hello. You should get yourself a cool W3L t-shirt. There's a whole bunch of cool designs. Get one now, and then when we're back up and running live, you can come and see us wearing the t-shirt. What more could you want? Get that, and also pick up a fan support package. Prices begin at only £5, so there truly is something to suit every single budget. And what that does is it allows you to help us keep going just until we get back to the normal speed and get up and running with those live events and stuff. And those are all the cool things you get for your money. You should also check out the W3L box office, because we've got some of W3L's biggest ever events up there. There's compilations, a documentary, a whole bunch of stuff. New titles get added all the time. You should go check it out. There's some fantastic things. You can be watching those titles almost instantaneously via digital download, so get involved in all of those. But first, let's have some wrestling. One of the classic rivalries from the history of W3L has been Mike Musso versus Nathan Reynolds. They have fought multiple times, often with the W3L Heavyweight Championship on the line. And it's two men who always bring out the very best in each other. We've seen them wrestle each other, seen them team up together, and it's always a joy watching them compete one-on-one. And we're going to see one of their classic matches, never before seen, right here on Wrestling Showdown Rewind this week. It's from September of 2007. Mike Musso is the W3L Heavyweight Champion, and he's defending against Nathan Reynolds, who has Sarah in his corner. Now, these two men always push each other to the limit, but what will happen? Will Sarah make a difference? Can Nathan Reynolds get that victory over Mike Musso and become the new W3L Heavyweight Champion? So we'll wait to find out. Let's get down to ringside for this week's match.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Forders here with your Wrestling Showdown Rewind. We return to September of 2007 as we have a defence of the W3L Heavyweight Championship in the offing. There in the ring is the defending champion, it's the merchandise Mike Musso. The referee Clarence Mercado holds the championship aloft. We see in the foreground there on the floor is the challenger, the one to watch, Nathan Reynolds, because of course accompanied by Sarah. And we saw Reynolds just last week, he accompanied Sarah in that women's championship defence against Carmel. And needless to say, he got involved whenever the opportunity arose, and I would expect Sarah to do the same thing here. Because what better result for the pair of them than for Nathan Reynolds to become the new W3L Heavyweight Champion. But he's going up against a man that he knows of old. He and Musso have tangled a number of times. Let's not forget Nathan Reynolds' very first W3L match, way back at the Nightmare Before Christmas, the prior year. It was against Mike Musso. And he maybe underestimated him. Again, Nathan Reynolds had been wrestling before, but it was his first night in the company. And Musso having the home field advantage, you might say, managed to get the better of him. And that started a rivalry that would last even up until this day. I mean, both men have got tremendous respect for each other. They always bring out the best in each other when they compete. Certainly Nathan Reynolds has gone on over the years to become one of the most beloved W3L stars of all time. And hang on, Mike Musso, I think, wants the microphone.
Hey, Dannerholt. It's good to hear that you guys are having a good time this afternoon. Is this Mikey? Is this on? You can hear me, that's a good thing. You're chatting easy Okay? The only thing is, with this pair, you don't know which one they're talking about.
Certainly these comments belong to Mike Musso and Mike Musso alone, and not necessarily W3L or its sponsors, etc, etc. But it just goes to show that certainly that's riled up Reynolds and Sarah, of course, and hopefully whatever strategy they had planned, maybe they'll throw them off it slightly, because, you know, you need to keep a cool head to try and work your strategy out. Sometimes emotion gets the better of you and you don't think ahead. And of course, like I said before, they fought each other before, Musso and Reynolds, so as a consequence you want to be planning. You know what Musso's going to bring to the table, you know what Reynolds will bring to the table, so you need to come up with a way of perhaps countering that, so you get a stalemate there. And the frustration is evident. Reynolds goes to the floor, maybe he thought he was going to outpower Musso, who knows. I assume Reynolds has been working on some new things to try and get an edge over the merchandise, but obviously we'll see as the match wears on. Reynolds actually coming off a win over Zach Zodiac at Resolution at this juncture, so he's got momentum on his side, and certainly this could be a good opportunity for him to perhaps overcome Mike Musso. But again, like I said before, Musso just backs him right in the corner, clean break, but Reynolds just shoves him. Reynolds has become one of the most popular W3L stars. You know, he's been the heavyweight champion, and he's had some amazing matches, and he and Mike Musso always bring out the best in each other. It's one of the best rivalries in ring, certainly, that Scottish wrestling ever produced. And it's Reynolds getting the upper hand, backs Musso into the corner, looking calling for the break. And yet again, Musso retaliates. He is not going to back down, and Reynolds goes to the floor. Musso's got a temper on him, and he can get his dander up quite easily. Maybe Reynolds doesn't really want that to happen, but he just bails out and stops the momentum. Mike Musso was last on Rewind 2 weeks ago in a mixed tag team contest. He and Carmel taking on Alan Grogan and Sarah. That's from the June of 2007. If you've not seen it, you should go back and watch that one. Between then and now, in this match you're watching, he's defending the heavyweight championship against a variety of challengers, including people like Ricky Knight and Blondie Barrett. So Musso's not been taking it easy by any means. He's faced some really stiff competition. He also had the match teaming up with none other than the Drew Galloway, and you can see that if you go to the W3L box office, look up the live in Haddington event that came out recently, as Mike Musso and Drew Galloway in a tag team contest in the main event. Well worth seeing, highly recommended. And this crowd certainly firmly on the side of Mike Musso, firmly against Reynolds and Sarah. And this is just playing, I think, into Musso's hand, because he can just leave Reynolds and indeed Sarah to get frustrated. He doesn't have to do anything. And again, if it's throwing them off their game plan, whatever they planned to do when they came in to face Musso, all to the good, surely. And Musso takes a side headlock. Again, remember, the heavyweight championship is on the line, and as usual, Musso, being the defending champion, gets that champion's advantage as he takes down Nathan Reynolds with that side headlock. And the champion's advantage basically dictates that Reynolds has to beat him, not the other way around. So of course, if Musso gets counted out, he'd retain the title. If he gets disqualified, it's the same thing. So Reynolds really has to sort of find a flaw in Musso's game plan, find a way to pin his shoulders to the mat or make him submit to get that championship. So it's, in some respects, it's quite easy for Musso, just to say, he controls me with that headlock again, to kind of stand back and let the audience annoy Reynolds and annoy Sarah, because this almost plays into his hands in some respects. There's a handful of that long hair in Musso's, who hits him with that shoulder block, and he had momentum on his side, and Reynolds just backs off. Of course, being the kind of fighting champion that Mike Musso is, he's not going to want to take a cheap victory. He'll want to get a win over Reynolds, because Musso takes being the champion seriously. He loves defending the heavyweight title. To him it means he's the pinnacle of this company. He likes representing all the fans that buy their tickets and come out and see W3L live and in person. And he likes representing them. And he wants to do well on their behalf. And of course he won't want to take a cheap victory, even though it might necessarily result in him remaining as the champion. There's another corner uppercut. Once again, Musso got in that headlock. Again, there's a familiarity coming through. Men that have wrestled each other before, you sort of know what the other's going to bring to the table. And Reynolds is quite a good striker, so I suppose Musso doesn't want to keep him kind of too far away and allow Reynolds to be able to use those strikes. He wants to keep him close where he can't really get as much effectiveness with those shots. See Reynolds fighting to his feet though. Game with the hair. Oh. So listen, Musso just paused. Reynolds looking out at the audience. Maybe his attention was taken by something, and Musso paused just long enough and just bided his time. That's the experience edge. And Musso's like 5 years of experience on Nathan Reynolds. And like I mentioned before, he's been defending the heavyweight championship against Blondie Barrett, Ricky Knight, and like, so he's faced some top competition. And Nathan Reynolds maybe I hope he's not taking Musso too lightly. I mean, I wouldn't have thought he would, considering again they fought before. But things have not been going Reynolds' way whatsoever. Musso's had the better of him. Get another lock up. And right to the eyes. I mentioned Reynolds is a bit of a striker. Look at the power of him as from a standing start. Hip tosses Mike Musso over. And it's quite telling that Nathan Reynolds, going with a lock up, a very traditional way to start a match, unable to kind of get an advantage. Musso keeps putting him in the headlock, so he goes to the eyes, the weak point on anyone, and body slams Mike Musso. It's a low ceiling, so that's just as well as able to manage it. And look at Reynolds showing off the power, and he's a powerful man, and you saw it there. He's taking down Musso with these, that body slam, that hip toss as well. He's certainly, Reynolds is no slouch, but he is stalling a lot, playing the crowd, revelling in what he's done, but this is giving Musso a chance to recover. I don't know if this is part of Reynolds' strategy. I don't know if he's just genuinely overexcited at the fact that he's managed to get the edge over Mike Musso, who gets some shots in. There's an arm drag of his own. Oh, and there's a hip toss. Who in W3L knows the hip toss better than Mike Musso? We're going to see a body slam. And he's holding him. And he's making Reynolds think about it. Oh, but he took too long. Reynolds slips out the back. That prawn hold. Musso with a sunset flip. Is this going to wrap it up already? Not quite yet. Reynolds able to kick out of that one. I don't think he was quite expecting that sunset flip, however. Musso with these strikes. Well, this match started off as Musso applying the headlock, trying to wear down Reynolds that way. It's now ended up being chops and knee lifts. Reynolds will take multiple knee lifts from Musso over the years. Musso just getting fired up, firing the audience up along with him. Go for the merchandiser early. Who's going to end this one? And Reynolds knew what was coming. Musso loves that move. Many of his opponents have it scouted. You see Reynolds rammed him into the corner and hammering with these shoulder blocks. It's going to knock the breath out of Musso's lungs. It's also going to make it hard to breathe as well. His stomach's going to be in agony every time he takes a breath in and out. Reynolds trying to intimidate your referee, Clarence Mercado. Musso launched hard at the far corner. And Reynolds staying on him a bit more, slowed the pace down. This is doing better than he had before. He's not playing at the crowd, he's not taking his eyes off Musso. And a backbreaker. Nice move there. And I think Reynolds has finally found the chink in the armour. Goes to the cover. is making himself a count of 2, however, and has found a way to start wearing down Musso. Some of these big moves are doing damage. You can see Musso slower to get back up again. Oh, but he's still fighting. Musso's a hard man to put down. And yet again, Reynolds goes to the eyes. I mean, that's one of the disadvantages, I guess, if you're Mike Musso, is Reynolds, with a side slam this time, more targeting the back. Well, goes for a very weak cover. I mean, there's no way he was getting the pin on that one. Reynolds arguing with the referee again, almost complaining that it should have been a 3, but I mean, I don't think he was actually expecting to get the cover. I think it's more like a psychological thing. Like, I've driven you at the canvas and I'm going to cover you in the most cocky way possible, because Musso still had to expend energy and raising that shoulder off the canvas. And now Reynolds removing more of his energy by choking him on the ropes. If you can get, and look at Sarah getting involved as well. I mean, it was only a matter of time, surely. Again, we saw Reynolds do that last week when Sarah was defending the Women's Championship. And now Sarah's getting involved, throttling Mike Musso on that top rope. He's going to struggle to get any breath into his lungs. It's going to slow him down. Reynolds going for the cover. He may be out to win. No, not quite yet. Musso's resilience is one of the things he's known for. Always fighting. I was going to say earlier on as well, you see Reynolds went to the eyes. He has no compunction about breaking the rules. To him it is just part of the match as he slams Musso with a spine buster, more targeting it off the back. Another cover. Bit piece of 2. Whereas Mike Musso won't do that. He likes the fact that he can win a match cleanly without having to cheat and break the rules. And don't get me wrong, now and again, if it really comes to it, Musso can indeed bend those rules. But generally he doesn't. He doesn't feel the need to. He feels it's cheapening his match, cheapening his victory. And sometimes that puts you at a disadvantage, because if you've got an opponent who's going to poke you in the eye and, you know, break every rule possible, it's sometimes harder to overcome when you are constricted by the rules of a W3L contest. Reynolds continuing to target the lower back. He applies that Boston Crab. See Musso was trying to elevate himself. And he's trying to crawl to the ropes. Don't know which set is nearer. It's going to take him ages to do, because he's going to feel like every sort of inch of that ring is going to be a mile. That's what it'll feel like, as Reynolds wrenching back on him. And bearing in mind he's taking the backbreaker, the side slam, the spine buster. Musso's back is going to be in agony. Sarah's getting involved trying to prevent Musso from grabbing those ropes, but he's managed to get a hold of them at last. Reynolds held on as much as he could. He held every single bit. And now she hops up on the apron. They work so well together, to Sarah and Reynolds. Once she distracts the referee, and Nathan Reynolds once again choking Musso on the ropes. He runs the knee into him, squashing Musso on the ropes further. They obviously had this plan. Maybe the plan was, let's see what Musso brings to the table at the start of the contest, and we'll slowly work away at him. And Reynolds, once he managed to get that advantage, starting with that eye rake, he's methodically worked over Mike Musso, particularly his back, and has choked him on the ropes a bunch of times. And these W3L ring ropes are tight. There's a lot of tension in them. So when you get your throat forced in them, it's agony. And again, it's hard to get a breath in, because your lungs are demanding oxygen and you just can't supply it. And you see Musso being dropped. Every single punch takes him down. Now you see earlier on, he'd take a punch to the face and he would remain standing, but every punch is dropping him. And again to the eyes. Reynolds knows the counter to whatever Musso's doing. It appears to be going to the eyes. Oh, Musso ducked that clothesline. We make it 2. And Musso caught him with a boot. Pure instinct there, just ran in and booted him in the face. Goes to the cover, but it was a bit slow with the follow-up. I think Musso just trying to get some lungfuls of oxygen. Running across the ring obviously requires more oxygen, it's more cardio. Inverted atomic drop. Got with that one. Harder to lift him though with that bad back. Musso's got a headlock on. And a bulldog. Something we don't see from Musso every single day. Goes to the cover. So he's going to wrap it up. Nope. Reynolds out very quickly on that. Did Musso suffered more damage than Reynolds has? Because the great thing is, the more damage you do to your opponent, the less they do to you. As Sarah pulls the foot, I mean, Reynolds had the chance to relax a bit. He's not expended quite as much energy as Musso has. You can hear this audience are trying to tell the referee. And of course, it's only speculation. The referee can only call what he sees. And Sarah's so good at interfering behind the referee's back. What is Reynolds doing? Oh, look at this, a trapezius nerve hold. It's a very painful move, not one you see a lot. Squeezing away, causing more pain to Mike Musso. Targeted the back, now it's almost like he's going for the neck. And Reynolds, I mean, he's going to do whatever it takes to win. Bearing in mind, the W3L Heavyweight Championship is on the line in this match. That is the biggest prize in the Worldwide Wrestling League. Why would you not want to hold it? Just the prestige of being the champion. I mean, standing atop the organisation and being the #1 man in the company. Oh, Musso with the body press, faked him out and threw himself at Reynolds, who's able to kick out, and Musso almost outdid himself there. In fact, he kind of like played slightly to the audience after hitting the body press as he lands that DDT. Maybe cost him slightly. Musso can't be thinking straight. All the damage he's taken though. Gonna get another cover. But Reynolds able to get the ropes. I think Musso out of almost, dare I say, desperation, hit the DDT, went for the cover. Maybe wasn't paying too much attention to the positioning of Nathan Reynolds in that ring. Merchandiser attempt, and Sarah knows it. And Reynolds with the backdrop, and look, bridges out. This could end it. Nathan Reynolds, oh, Sarah's distraction back. Oh, Musso's held on. Musso has held on to the Merchandiser. Sarah's interference somewhat backfired. But Musso took too long and he's got him. Oh, and he goes at the referee. Clarence Mikado gets squashed by the Merchandiser. Here comes Reynolds. And Musso just got out of the way and no more. Which is good for him but bad for the referee, and now we get the Merchandiser. And Musso in for the cover. And he could be there all afternoon because the referee is down and Reynolds is not moving. And it was pure accident. Sarah distracted the referee for far too long. Reynolds bridged out the Merchandiser attempt and may have ended up pinning Musso. She's got the championship belt and nails Musso in the back of the head. The referee's been squashed by Musso and Reynolds. The ref's down, he's not seen any of this. Sarah dragging Reynolds, who's no small man, across the merchandise. But the ref's still out. She's not revived the referee. And Reynolds is covering Musso. He'd be the champion by now. One of the W3L staff trying to check on the referee to make sure he's alright. And the referee is flat unconscious. And Sarah's revived him. And his poured, I hope that was water. Because that was pure vodka. No. And Musso, at the very last second, got a shoulder up. All that time he took the belt, which is a heavy belt, took the belt to the back of the head. Down he went. Reynolds dragged on top of him, but the delay between Sarah getting that glass of hopefully water, pouring it on the referee's face, reviving him, has allowed Mike Musso to recover enough to get a shoulder up at the very last instant. What does Sarah have in mind? Reynolds charges in, and he hits Sarah! Reynolds missed, Musso hit Sarah, and the merchandise with a roll-up. Reynolds' shoulders are flat to the canvas, and he is pinned. Which means that after all this, Mike Musso retains the W3L Heavyweight Championship, and he's not done yet. And out goes Nathan Reynolds. What a victory. This had everything in this contest. It looked like it was Reynolds' way. Sarah's interference benefited him, and then it backfired heavily. That referee got squashed. But it all ends up with Mike Musso retaining the W3L Heavyweight Championship here this week on Wrestling Showdown Rewind.
Yet another classic match from the W3L archives. Mike Musso defending the heavyweight title against Nathan Reynolds. Again, they have fought multiple times. If you go through the archives here on the W3L network, you'll find some of their matches. I'm sure there's some up as well on W3L box office. You should check the box office out. Some of our biggest ever events are all up there. There's some compilations, a documentary, you name it, we've got them. Go up there, you can watch them all via digital download, and of course you can check through the archives here on the network as well. But nothing quite beats seeing W3L live in person. Hopefully by the end of the year you will have done. These are the dates we currently have scheduled. They may well be rescheduled again, but these are what is currently penciled in. Original tickets from last year are still valid, so if you've got them, keep them. We'll get you as soon as is humanly possible. But stay tuned to all of our social media and we'll keep you informed as to just what's going on. Crafty Corner Store will of course return as our live event sponsor, so make a purchase from their website, show them some love, tell them that we said hello. Buy yourself a cool W3L t-shirt. There's some fantastic designs. Get one and show your support for either your favourite promotion or indeed your favourite wrestler. Get hold of one of them and also buy a fan support package while you are at it. As you can see, prices begin at only $5, so there's something to suit every single budget. Get one of those, helps you help us to our back up and running live. Look at all the cool things you'll get for your money. So make a purchase from those. If you want to buy a t-shirt, if you want to buy a fan support package, if you want to buy a DVD, because who doesn't love physical media, then you can get all of those from our website. It's w3lwrestling.com. Go there and make a purchase and send it to the mailing list while you are at it. Give us a like on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, join us over on Instagram. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel if you haven't already, and of course use that hashtag. How awesome was Reynolds versus Musso? Tell us what you thought about their match. Tell us what your favourite Rewind match has been so far. Tell us what you're looking forward to in the future. Who do you want to see as part of W3L More Back Up and Running Live? Get in touch, engage with us and let us know. And of course come back here in 7 days time, because I'll bring you another classic contest from the archives, never before seen. And it'll go down right here on Wrestling Showdown Rewind.